Alright, what's going on, guys? Ion Tech here, and I just kind of wanted to shoot a quick video on this Belkin magsafe charger to compare it to the Apple version, because I really don't see any information on this Belkin version of the charger anywhere, and it is not sold on Apple's site, most likely because it is actually not technically a MagSafe charger. It is just magnetically compatible with MagSafe. You can see the packaging here. It says compatible with MagSafe, but it's called a magnetic portable wireless charger pad. It couldn't make a better name for it, I guess. But and clearly by the packaging, this has been out for at least a little while, because it's not updated for the 13s, which is what I'm using right now. But as you can see, like, the main reason I even consider this in the first place is because the cord is so much longer on this version of the charger. So Belkin's option comes in at this time at $29 without a power adapter and this 6-foot cord, or $39 with a power adapter, and of course still the same 6-foot cord. So for the same price as the MagSafe, which is normally retails for $39, you can find it on Amazon sometimes below, like around $35, or I even found one at $27 at one time, which I actually wound up getting. It was probably the main reason I have this one. It's because I was able to find it for so cheap. But unfortunately, the Belkin's going back because of one main reason. Now, I knew going into it that it was only rated, let's see if it says it, yeah, 7.5 watts. I knew it was rated for 7.5 watts, and I've used Mofi's 7.5 watt chargers before. Not necessarily on this phone specifically, but on my 10S is what I used them on before, and they're not the fastest, but they work fine, so I didn't really have too much of a problem if it was going to be 7.5 watts. But unfortunately, you just basically never see that 7.5 watts actually come out. Both of them were tested with this Anchor Nano PD that you've probably seen 1.5 million times. I actually don't recommend you go out and buy one of these, just because in general I don't have a good experience with Anchor. Their customer service is lacking. Their products are just hit or miss for me. This power adapter, though, has, like everyone else has said, has actually been really good. But just so you know, that's why this is what I use to power both of them. And it's a little side note, the reason I even have this in the first place is because someone screwed up at Walmart and tagged it for $3 instead of $20. So I thought, $3 for a 20-watt power adapter, screw it. Even if I don't like it, I'll just sell it and make money off of it. But that's why I'm using that power adapter, not Apple's, because my Apple one is actually coiled up with a 6-foot cord for portable charging. But regardless, let's get back to these two. This peaks out at about 7, or no, not about 7, about 5 watts. It's usually less, somewhere between the 4 and 5 watt range. This Apple version, I've seen come near, I've seen it go over the 15 watt rating. I've seen it go up to 18 watts, which, granted, that could be a little bit of flaw in the testing software that I use, because I use this software called Amperes 4, I believe is what it's called. I'll put a link in the description for it, of course. But what it'll do is, it doesn't have the ability to directly monitor the current, but essentially what it does is watch the percentages click up for you, and uses that math to calculate about how much power is going into the phone, just like you could basically do by hand, but it does it for you, so you don't have to constantly baby the thing or like set a certain time frame. And plus, it will know the second it goes from, like, say 58 to 59%, so it doesn't have to worry about those like 58.5% or something like that. It knows when that has occurred and will immediately start the charge as soon as 59% is hit. So you know, or whatever percentage it is, so that you know you're getting an exact 1% chunk to measure with. But yeah, so unfortunately, I mean, if you don't mind the price, this is a good charger, because I mean, there are actually some things I like about it, like the MagSafe part on it. It's all plastic. There's no metal that contacts the phone, which, granted, no one has actually ever complained about the magnetic ring on these damaging the back of iPhones, but I've just been a little bit worried about that ever since I've got this. Although, so far, nothing has happened. But I think the magnets in this are a little bit weaker, but because it also has a slick surface, it will slide really easy. So if you want to like move the wire around while you're using it, that is a nice feature. It will get out of your way pretty easily, and the longer cord is obviously a plus. So if you don't mind paying $40 for essentially a longer cord, including a power adapter, but you only get a quarter to a third of the speed, then this is probably a good option. But that's depending on how you think of this. I don't really see MagSafe as a wireless charger. Granted, of course, it is using wireless tech, but the fact that it snaps onto the back makes me feel like it's more of a lightning alternative, so that I'm more like meant to use the phone while it's in use. And the Apple's MagSafe just is obviously designed around that. Aside from the fact that it has a stupid 1 meter cord. Seriously, this is dumb. Like, the main complaint I have about the Apple version is that the cord is so short. So much to the point where I actually went out and bought a extra 1 meter USB-C extension cable to use this with. So, I mean, if you can find it on a flash sale, especially where you can essentially get either a MagSafe and a charger, or a MagSafe and an extension for around the same $40 that you would normally pay for the MagSafe on Apple's site, definitely go with this over this. If all you really care about is the cord length, and it can charge just as slow as the little dinky 5 watts that used to come with iPhones, then this is fine. If that slow charging speed doesn't bother you. But yeah, overall, I just think this is priced a little bit too high for what it actually ends up delivering. If it were rated at 5 watts for one, or if it at least delivered the 7.5 watts, then I could maybe give it a little more of a pass. But it's just so slow. It just kind of doesn't make it feel worth it. I'd rather pay the little bit extra and be able to use my phone a little bit more conveniently, because with an extension, this is actually much more one-handable, or just like holding in your hand, period, because I'm not going to be able to give a direct comparison because I only have one hand free, but to give you a little bit of a comparison, that's how thick the MagSafe is. And then the Belkin's this nice chonkster. It is rounded, but it's still a pretty big chonkster. And also, just in case it isn't abundantly obvious, the cord on this is about 3 times thicker than the cord on this. So, probably more durable. But that being said, I personally have yet to break a Apple cord in any way. I've never had one of those ends fray on a lightning cable. That's just how I treat my stuff. Same thing with my friend that doesn't like Anchor, because he broke Anchor cords and not Apple cords. So, if you're rough on your stuff, maybe this is the better option. That is something else to consider. But, yeah. Overall, I just wanted to put something out there, since there isn't really anything on this charger. And just so you can see the box one more time, it is the Belkin Boost Charge Magnetic Portable Wireless Charger. Whole lot more of a mouthful than just Apple MagSafe, but you know. And I was very disappointed, because it is Belkin, and Belkin makes plenty of proper MagSafe accessories that charge at the full 15 watts, at least if I'm not mistaken. So I don't know why this one ended up being such a flop, but oh well. Can't win them all, I guess. But, oh, that reminded me. One little extra feature, because this is considered portable, they put a nice silicone snap on here for you to bundle the cord up with. Really convenient feature if I was actually going to keep the thing.